past 3 or 4 days with everything that's been going on with me, my brain fog that seemingly has come back, I've been doing some troubleshooting into the real issues behind the current cognitive problems I've been dealing with, and this is just something I talked about in my last storytime video yesterday. I realized that I legitimately think I look at a screen probably 14 hours a day, maybe. Now, I wanted to find like proof to see how much I actually did it, and unfortunately, the iPhone screen time thing is not on for me, so I can't check my iPhone, but it was for my iPad, and I'm going to bring that up. I took a screenshot of it. You can see this past week it's gone up a bit because of a shift that I made to where I'm on my iPad a lot more. I do use my iPad a ton, but you can see it's around 8 hours. I don't know if that's healthy, unhealthy. It's kind of hard to tell, like, you know, what is the proper screen time per day? But the issue for me, that's not like the only thing I look at, because it'd be one thing if, you know, you're looking at a screen 8 hours, all right, whatever. The issue is I'm also on my iPhone, probably I estimate around 2 or 3 hours a day. And then, you know, obviously looking at a computer, editing videos, I make 3 or 4, sometimes 5 videos a day. That's going to add up another 2 or 3 hours on top of that. So I would say 14, 15 hours a day, especially recently or over the past 2 or 3 months after my change to where, you know, I stopped working out, I stopped being active, and it's just crazy to think about that, like looking at a screen 14 or 15 hours, and it's really not like, it's not like there's anything I can do about it, because they always say, oh, you know, you shouldn't look at your screen too much. But with me, it's like I have to look at a screen. It's my job. I make videos. I understand there has to be a balance. And I have, you know, worked out a few straight days now. I'm trying to go up. I'm actually going at a very strange time. And guys, it's literally the worst time to start trying to work out again. I mean, it's an NPC for sure, going in early January like everyone else. I mean, I'll pull into the parking lot and I'll just dread it because you see all these freaking cars, man. And you'll go in there, and mainly it's just a bunch of old dudes. I mean, it's 11 a.m. on a weekday, you know, like it's just unemployed people. I mean, honestly, I am. It's hard. Am I employed or not employed? I mean, it's a weird thing with YouTube, but I mean, I think technically I'm employed. I have to make videos to make money. If I stop making videos, I'll still make money from the previous videos and the evergreen videos, but it's going to go way down. So there's like a quota, I would say, almost for me. Now, it's not like I have a boss or anything. The whole thing's kind of weird, but it allows me to do whatever I want. It's not like I work hours, right? And normally people that are on, you know, social media, that have an addiction to their phones, normally they have normal jobs. So no matter what, they're getting a break from that by doing something, by interacting with people. I don't have that. So, I mean, this might actually be the cause of it. The other thing I've been doing, and I'm going to tell people, I'll tell you guys if my brain fog goes away, what supplement I use, because I've been troubleshooting different supplements. I've been buying different things. It's just like this thing where you go down into the abyss and you're just constantly looking at a screen. I'll probably get about 6.5 hours of sleep a night. Sometimes it's 7 to 7.5. It just depends. Recently, I've been taking magnesium at night, 2 pills, and it has been a noticeable difference. I'm not kidding. I do feel a lot more tired at night. I don't want to jinx it. Let's not jinx it. But it's been 4 or 5 days now, and I've been able to go to bed about 11:30, 12 at night. I mean, I was live streaming that national championship, and number one, I was starving during that, but number two, I was tired. I took magnesium at halftime, and I was very tired after that, almost to the point where I was like, this is almost like too powerful. It was very powerful that I was very drowsy. So yeah, magnesium is good, but it's just like this whole thing. I've kind of coined the phrase chronically online. You know, with a lot of us in our early mid-20s, we're just online all the time. There's really nothing else for us to do. We're slaves to the dopamine hit of social media. And again, it's like, actually, this is my job. I make legitimate money doing this. Yes, you can say, oh, you can balance it more. I get it. I'm trying to balance it more. And maybe that's all it is a balance thing. But it's chronically online. It's Discord. It's Reddit. It's YouTube. It's Facebook. It's X or Twitter, whatever. That's the thing with X and Twitter, the name change. You've got some people who want to call it Twitter, some people who want to call it X. I do think Twitter is the better name, but I am kind of a fan of Elon Musk, so that's why I've been trying to call it X. But either way, that's just kind of my situation. But yeah, I mean, I've been going up to the gym a few days. Again, normally it's just a bunch of old white dudes up there, you know, which is fine. However, there is this one, I think the girl's around my age. She's pretty attractive. Maybe I'll approach her. I mean, that's gotta be the most cringe thing ever. Yeah, I'll approach her and tell you guys what happens. I'm sure it's not gonna go well. When I do something like going up to a girl at the gym, probably the worst thing you can do, right? But yeah, I mean, the gym is going pretty well for me recently. I did a chest day. My chest is built up really well. And I did a back day yesterday. I'll probably do legs tomorrow, maybe arms. I'm not sure. You know, one of the things I found with the gym, and if you're somebody who's new to the gym, maybe you just started going a few months ago, there's a debate on whether or not you should work out a muscle group twice a week. What I used to do, and I was definitely overdoing it, but I would do twice a week every muscle group, and that's kind of like what most people say. But honestly, guys, what I've realized, I think it's a genetics thing. I grow a lot better when I'm only doing one muscle group one time a week. So it's like if I'm doing arms on a Monday, I'm not doing them any other days. Same thing with chest. With chest, I can only do chest once a week. If I do chest 2-3 times a week, it's way overdoing it. I will not grow at all. It's something that I realized, and my back's actually pretty sore. I'm trying to, you know when you lean, oh, ow. Yeah, my back is really sore right now. Wow. I'm trying to like lean, you know how you kind of lean back and do like an angle on your back? But that's actually good, you know. When you get back to working out, you should be sore. My legs are, or it wasn't even my legs, it was just my thighs. My thighs were really sore when I was trying to do squats, and now I think my thighs are fine right now. But yeah, guys, it is like a weird realization when you realize, and I guess my life really never had balance. Even go back like 5 or 6 months ago, the thing that I'm realizing, even when I would work out, I guess the only thing that was keeping me from developing horrific symptoms like brain fog was the fact that I would work out and have hard cardio. Now, I'm not doing cardio right now. I don't know if I should get back into cardio. I don't like doing cardio because I don't like sweating a ton. I mean, I would sweat a ton, but the only reason, because my life has never been balanced, ever. It's like I've never had, outside of when I was, I guess, way younger, like a teenager, a young teenager, not like 19, more like 13, 14, 15. I've never had much of a big social life or anything like that. So I really think the only reason I was at least semi-healthy, and honestly, I was semi-healthy. It wasn't like I was dealing with any crazy issues like I am now with the sleeping problems, with, you know, the brain fog. I didn't have any of that. It was like I was perfectly normal, and that was just 5 or 6 months ago. The reason is because I think probably I was spending an hour and a half, 2 hours in the gym. Now, maybe that ends up not being the case. I am trying to change my diet. I had a massive steak last night. I don't know if I want to gain weight. It'd probably do me good. The issue is if you're natural, guys, like the idea of putting on muscle, you're going to have to bulk. Unless you have just crazy genetics, you're going to have to bulk. You're going to have to gain fat. I would probably have to go to about, if I actually wanted to execute a good bulk and cut, I would have to go to 180, and I don't want to do that. I'd have to go to 180, I'd be pudgy, and then I would trim it down probably to 160 and hopefully retain about 10 or 12 pounds of pure muscle. Although I don't even know if that's possible. You could probably only do like 3 to 5 pounds of it. I don't know, guys. That's why I don't really like doing it. I'm just trying to get into better shape and get into a better headspace, honestly, at this point when it comes to, you know, my current situation, trying to move, trying to generate a higher net worth, which I'm doing through cryptocurrency, possibly connecting with people, the whole shebang, and maybe even really getting into some politics. I've always had a passion for politics. I mean, this is a big moment here with the 2024 election. It is hard to break through for sure, and I think I've mind-fucked my algorithm. And if you don't know what that means, basically, the YouTube algorithm, you know, it's going to recommend people, like, let's say you're a channel and your niche is stadiums, which I guess you could kind of argue that my niche, you really can't argue it because I make so much fucking different content, but there are a lot of videos on my channel that are about stadiums. So if I just did, let's just say for argument's sake, I just did one video a day or one video every other day and it was only on stadiums, me and the algorithm would be perfectly fine, because the algorithm would understand to recommend this video to the type of people that watch stadiums. They're more than likely going to click through because they're interested in stadiums. You're recommending topics that people are interested in. The issue with me is I'll do 4 or 5 videos. One of them will be on college football. The next one will be on NFL. And by the way, college football and NFL, 2 completely different fan bases, completely different, especially when it comes to YouTube. That's another thing that I realized about a year ago. Really unable to break into any type of NFL fan base. With college, it's a little bit different. But like NFL, I'll do a video on politics, NFL, college, stadiums, 9/11, random storytime lore video, right? And so the algorithm is just sitting there completely mind-fucked, recommending a political video to people that watch college football. They're not going to click through it. It's going to lower the video score, and the algorithm is going to recommend the video less and less. And people say, well, you could combat this by starting another channel, which honestly, that might be a big regret of mine, is not starting a personal political channel like a year ago, to where the position I'd be in now, if I actually grinded on the political channel, I'd probably be monetized. It would be a lot more, let's just say, healthy in terms of algorithm growth, because if I just kept one channel specific to politics, the algorithm would know that channel, every video I upload, push it to political people, and it would be easier. Now it's like completely mind-fucked. It's totally a mess, and I'm trying to grind through it. And I've actually also incorporated the YouTube Shorts. I'm sure some of you guys have seen those, where, I mean, because I have so much fucking content, I could probably upload 1,000 YouTube Shorts just because of the amount of content that I have, right? And the amount of videos I make. So, but yeah, basically the YouTube Shorts thing, the reason if you look at one of my YouTube Shorts, the way I edit them, with the whole subtitles and that bullshit that you're supposed to add because people like the subtitles on the shorts, what I did is I had to pay, I think it's $50 a month to like a video editor service or whatever, and basically they'll add the subtitles in completely, like they'll be able to, through their computer AI, they'll be able to find all, the subtitles, and they'll just add them in and give it a really nice font and put emojis on. I don't have to do that. So it's really nice and really easy. It is kind of a long process. Well, it's not a long process, but it is annoying. Like, I have to do 4 or 5 of them a night, or that's what I'm trying to do. The thing with shorts, they're kind of a gimmick. I guess just the whole point of it is to try and get your content out as much as possible. It's funny when I'm streaming and I see someone that says, this is the first time I'm watching your channel. It's just such a crazy perspective to me, because, I mean, I don't know how many words I've said on YouTube, but it's got to be millions at this point, right? And it's crazy that like 99.9% of people don't even know I exist. Almost Inception type thought, to where it's like, oh my god, I've said millions and millions of words, and this dude's just coming here and he doesn't even know who I am. But that's like, it's the same exact thing for so many different YouTubers. It's so interesting to see. But yeah, guys, that's just my situation. I didn't realize how bad it was, and even just my iPad, again, mainly when it comes to, really, I don't play any Xbox, so that's not an issue. The issue I guess that might change with the NCAA college football game, but I'm going to need a complete new setup anyways, because right now I have $1,000, I guess you call it, gaming PC. It's really not a good gaming PC. It gets the job done for streaming. I've really never had an issue with it in terms of streaming, but when I move, I'm actually going to get a mega setup and probably have about a $2,500 gaming PC with maybe 2 or 3 screens depending. I did buy a very nice monitor for around $400 before Christmas, and I set that up, and I've got this new iMac, desktop iMac. I have to use Apple. The reason I have, and I know there's like an attachment that you can get to your iMac to make it run better for editing, and I certainly need to get that. The problem is it's like $1,500. Excuse me. The reason I have to use Apple when I edit videos, well, number one, you can say what you want about iMovie, but it's really fucking easy to use. I mean, I guess you have to get used to it, but I've been using it for like 5 years now, so it's very easy to use for me. And the other thing is, everything connects through the cloud. So let's say I'm doing a video on stadiums, and I need to export 40 pictures, or even it could just be any video, any type of video, like topic 9/11 and I need to export 40 pictures, all I have to do is select all the pictures I want and just put them into the cloud. And you know what shows up? My iMac shows up right there. I click on share. They all get saved as files, and then I export all of them all in one go into my iMovie project that I'm working on. That's why I do it. It's so easy. But yeah, that was just kind of a rant about that. Or I wouldn't even call it a rant, just talking about it. But yeah, either way, that's just kind of the situation. You don't realize it's like, oh my goodness, I literally wake up and there's just uninterrupted, you're online. For me, it's weird though, because technically I am doing a job, unlike other people to where, you know, they're not getting paid any money. At least I'm getting paid, but that also makes it worse because it's like, oh, now it's acceptable to be looking at a screen 14 or 15 hours a day when, you know, it's obviously not very good for, especially your brain health. That's a problem. When you start fucking with your brain health, it becomes a big issue because your brain controls your mood. And it's a huge problem. But either way, guys, that is going to do it for this video. Make sure you're following me on X. Link to that's always in the description.